Hey guys, welcome to Tars37, and today I'm reviewing this, which is the Aquaman movie, Aquaman and Warrior Shark. So this is pretty cool. You'll also notice my background has changed. The reason for that is this thing is just too big to really fit in my little area of reviewing, so I kind of had to move around a little bit with this, but I really like the packaging, and I just want to point out this is actually really big. This is like a 6-inch or 5-inch action figure, and you can just tell by that this thing is pretty huge, and it's $30, which is kind of expensive, but at the same time you get a really cool Aquaman with it, and it's really huge. So I think that, you know, with the price point, I think it's definitely justified there, and really cool. I also like the blue that goes around this edging. It's pretty neat. It's like water and stuff, and we got a really cool picture of Aquaman over here, and then you can see him and the shark and box and just everything that's really cool about this. We got the Aquaman movie logo, and on this side you have the Aquaman movie logo, and on this side you also have the Aquaman movie logo, and then on this side you have kind of like, you know, just an expression or something, and then you have this CGI picture of Aquaman on the shark. And I don't really like when they do CGI pictures for boxes. Like, that always is just so weird to me when they'll do a CGI picture of a toy. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, like, it's not too big of an issue, but to me that's just kind of weird. And then you can see the other characters available. So yeah, let's open this up. So here we have Aquaman from the new movie, and I just want to say this is amazing. And if you look at the face, it actually looks like they scanned this, like what they do with the Marvel Legends, but just for, you know, a basic figure from Mattel. That is amazing. And, you know, a lot of people I don't think give enough credit to these basic figure lines, but they are really phenomenal, especially the ones, like mainly the ones by Mattel. Like Hasbro, they don't do that good in my opinion with the basic figures, but Mattel, they just do a really good job with these. And you know, the Justice League head sculpt for Aquaman, I thought that was amazing. I thought it looked just like the actor, but this one is really phenomenal. They just did a great job with this. The face, the eyebrow, you can even kind of see where it splits there, and the beard too, and the hair. And I like how they actually did the blonde in it, because there's little bits of blonde, so that's pretty cool that they included that. Not something I expected, but it's really nicely molded. And this is probably the best head sculpt I think I've ever seen on a basic action figure. They did a really good job with this. And I just can't believe they're doing that, you know, the head scan thing. That's pretty cool. And then you can see the gold on the suit, which is nice. I love that they're kind of doing the orange and green / gold. And it's pretty cool. I believe this is the same Aquaman action figure that you get in the basic line. I'm not 100% sure about that. But that's cool that they're including it instead of just, you know, like doing a separate thing or like giving you a different kind of Aquaman, you know, one that doesn't move that well or anything. But I believe this one is the same. So that's cool. But yeah, I think they did a great job with this, and on the arms too, they look really cool. You can kind of see these like fin designs, and they're green, and the hands, they look cool, and you can kind of see this gold thing that goes around too, which is neat. And then there's kind of like these, more of those little designs, little kind of, it kind of looks like chainmail, kind of like scales. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like in this darker green, and then going down the boots, you have the bright green, that's with the gloves, and just the lines on them and everything. It looks really good. They did a great job with this. In terms of articulation, you kind of have a 360 of the head, but it's really hindered by the hair. You can kind of look up and down, but again, it's hindered by the hair. There is a 360 at the arms. They swing out the shoulder. Bendability at the elbow, 360 at the elbow. The wrists have 360s, and there's also on hinges, which is really good. You know, that's something I talked about the Justice League toy line. I can't believe they put the hinges on those. That's really good, because like with the multiverse ones, I don't think they do hinges. And, you know, like that's pretty cool that for these they do it. I think that's neat. You got a 360 at the torso. The legs come forwards and backwards, sort of, and there's bendability at the knee. So really good in terms of articulation, pretty cool, and the detail is really good on this guy. But yeah, so that's pretty cool, and I think they did a really good job with this, and cannot wait to see this in the movie and just how it works with that. You can just slide this into his hand right over here. And it looks really cool, definitely really awesome. I mean, it doesn't look cool like that because I have this in a very terrible pose. I'm very sorry about like how this is. Typically with my like table and everything, it's easier to view this. Just, you know, the shark, it's not gonna all fit on there. So yeah, but there, it definitely is neat. And moving on to the shark. So here we have the warrior shark, and this thing is amazing. It's also really huge, just kind of showing you this again, like a 6-inch action figure, kind of like laying beside it. You can see it's a lot longer and bigger and just really, really cool. And it's got some pretty neat stuff. It's got some armor on it because, you know, it's a warrior shark, so that's cool. And I like the designs on the face, the eyes, and the teeth. They look really, really good. And also, a lot of it's rubber too. Well, not rubber, but kind of like the rubbery plastic. Like, this is rubbery plastic, but I don't mind that. I think it works well. I like the details here, the little wrinkles. You can see the armor. This is where you can have Aquaman sit. There's also another really cool feature of that, which I will show in a second. This is the little button that activates the action features, and you get 2 action features for that. You press the button, and mouth opens up, and it just looks really epic. But the button also makes the tail move, and it looks really cool too. So I really like that. I like what they did with that and how they tried to make it articulate. And I also like that it does 2 things at once. That's just really neat. And this is also kind of rubbery material up here, kind of rubbery. The tail back here, a lot of it's rubbery, but again, I don't mind that as much, and I think it's neat. And there's also this little wheel here too, so I guess if you want to roll this around on surfaces, you can do that. Pretty neat. And I also like that they made it clear, so it's not that easy to spot and stuff. And as you can see, Aquaman can sit on that, and it's pretty cool how they kind of did that. And there is another kind of like feature of that, which I will show off in a second, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, and another thing I like too is if you pull down on this, I don't know if it'll do it while he's riding on it, but it's supposed to. Let's see. But basically what it's supposed to, it might not while he's on it, but yeah, it's supposed to kind of like pop this up, and you can see this little missile launcher just comes up, and it's pretty cool. I like how they kind of hid this too, so like if you don't want it to like be really noticeable or anything, you can just pull this down. But if you do, you can do that, and you can see it's pretty neat and kind of shoots. It doesn't shoot too far. Well, I mean, it might. I just shot it this one time. But I think it's cool that they included that. And then you get this translucent blue water missile. You get 2 of those, which is nice. And then the last thing you can do with this, which is pretty cool, and that is you can put him on this blue translucent water piece and hook him to the fin and make it look like he's actually swimming with the shark as opposed to riding the shark. So there's 2 different ways to do that, and I just think that's so cool. I really like this. The shark is huge and awesome, and I also like that they didn't skimp out and give you like a 5-point Aquaman or something. They gave you like the full articulation and detail Aquaman from the line. They did a really good job with that, and also something that I think is cool about this little blue piece over here. It's detachable, and you can put it on Aquaman's fist, so if you want, you can kind of make it look like he's throwing a water ball, so I think that's pretty neat, or, you know, like, whatever. I think it's just really cool how they did that. And lastly, I just want to show a comparison with the other Aquamans, but overall, I think this is a really great set, and I love the shark. So here we have a comparison with the Donna Justice Aquaman, and I think that was a pretty good figure when it was released. I really liked it, but they've definitely done a lot better since then, even though I thought it was really good, and I still think it's pretty good. I think they did a good job with it. And here we have the Justice League one, and I thought that was the best head sculpt ever. I really did, in the detailing. Don't get me wrong, like, I actually thought this was one of the best figures from the Justice League line, and it definitely was, but I mean, looking over here, they've really outdone themselves with the head sculpt, and I can't believe they're doing the scan technology. That just looks so cool. And yeah, I mean, I really like this one. It's still good, and I like that one too, but this is definitely the best Jason Momoa basic Aquaman that they've ever made, and it's really cool and really good, and I totally recommend this set. Thank you for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.